Good evening, guys, and welcome to tonight's episode of Forex Fire TV. I do believe this is episode number 19. We're nearly into the, well, we are in the late teens, so we will be at number 20 possibly tomorrow if I do another one tomorrow night. For those of you that have just joined me and see me for the first time, my name is John Docherty. I'm known as Mr. Forex Fire, born to earn, and I'm part of this amazing community, Financial Freedom Ninjas, where we learn together, we trade together, and we win together, okay? Now, the purpose of what I've been doing lately, actually, a bit of my tea there, is I sort of help the community within this team, and I've been doing that for around about 3 years, okay? I've been sort of trading over that time and learning along the way, because you are always constantly learning, okay? You're always a student at the end of the day when it comes to Forex. And what I've gotten out of this, not just this team, but also the platform that's taught me the stuff that I know, I get so much out of bringing this back to not just this team, but providing the value out to others that are wanting to learn the skill set. And I have a great following of people, whether that be on YouTube, on my wall, or on my personal wall. And like I say, I'm Forex Fire, and I call my people that follow me, I call them my sparks. And it's down to me to fuel that spark, to turn you in and ignite that skill into a fully fledged fire, okay? And not only that, if you want to come along for the bigger ride, which is within this community, and then not just become from a spark to a fire, you can become a fully fledged ninja as well. We do offer a 7-day trial within this group. All you need to do is just drop your comment below if you've seen this for the first time, or if you're watching this on YouTube, please comment, please like, and if you don't mind, please share. But as always, I always ask my sparks, my followers, please drop that hashtag ForexFire if you see any value in what I do on these videos, okay? Right, so that's the housekeeping out of the way. Tonight is episode 19, and what I want to do tonight is, again, we started this from, we're doing block sort of trainings sort of thing, okay? For those of you that have been watching, if you watched last night's video, there was a lot of gold nuggets in there where I'm training you for this week going into next, okay? We've done this for 2 weeks now, training you to look at zones, okay? Because I work heavily in zones and I work heavily with patterns, okay? And what I've got coming in the next week or two is just going to blow your socks. It's just going to blow your mind even further. Okay, guys? But tonight, or last night, we went back to the basics and had it down to the one zone, okay? Focusing on the pattern on the one zone. I'm going to start giving it a bit of an advanced mix tonight, okay? What do you do when we go outside of the zone? So now it's time to take them stabilizers off. Okay, again, if you're still struggling to see any of these patterns or looking to see where these are, I'm going to show you how to identify and sort of look outside of the box and give you an understanding on just how this works, both on the zones, okay, but not only on the zones. I'm going to show you a technique again, where we look on the big trends, whether it's an uptrend or the downtrend, how you can simply trade from those areas, okay, guys? So a lot of value tonight, This video might go on a little bit longer than what I normally do, 20 minutes to 30 minutes. We might have this going on for about an hour, if that. Again, grab yourself a notepad, grab yourself a pen, and get ready to have your mind blown, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to head over to the charts and get started. Let's have a look. And again, guys, just before I share my screen, if anybody's sharing this content and you're seeing this on their wall and you're seeing the value that I'm providing, get back to that person right now, and they will obviously show you how to get access to this group here, the Financial Freedom Ninjas, okay? Again, we have a no obligation. It's a fully free access to a 7-day trial to see what we do on a day-to-day basis, because there's not just me that provides value within there. We have so many other live great educators in there that give up their time to do live sessions, okay? So again, it's not like where you go on YouTube, you're seeing videos like mine or Baby Pips or something else. We do this as a community, okay? We do this as a community. We have a great hub. It's like one big Forex family, okay? So to get access to that, so you're not training and you're not trading alone, you can partner up with one of these fabulous ninjas in that group and get started right now, okay? So drop your comment below if you want to know that, or if someone's sharing this, get back to that person, okay? So we're just going to go over to the screen. Share the screen. Right, guys. GPP card. We're going back on the preference of a 1, 2, 3, 4 box. I always work on 4 boxes. Yes, we could possibly draw up some new Monday's candles here, but tonight is going to be a bit of an advanced one. And going back on the previous sort of boxes that we've got, I just want to show you what happens if we come out of the box. We've always focused within the session, within the Monday's candles. And again, just to briefly go over a quick recap, I go in depth last night. So if you want to see the in-depth one, you can watch last night. Session breaks is a quick recap. Monday, okay, session to session, start to finish. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you close for the Saturday, Sunday, back to Monday. New candle, wait for that session to close, start to finish, do a high, do a low. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You get the picture. We start off Saturday, Sunday. We go back into Monday. Wait for that session to start and close, high and low, and then so on. And then from there, guys, it's so simple to draw up. You can go back and watch Forex Fire TV. I think it is episode 14 I start this from. It's on my YouTube channel, but it's also on my wall as well. Right, so general housekeeping out of the way. And again, we're going to go over the rules, okay? We'll do it from the big aspect, okay, which is focusing from the head, the left shoulder, which will be the colored box, and obviously the neck and the right shoulder. And then from there, we'll identify the trade and trigger points. But not only that, I'm going to show you tonight, again, just what we do with regards to what happens when you take those stabilizers off, when you take the stabilizers off and you are looking for other areas. But the bonus content is coming right at the end of this video, guys, where I'm going to show you how you can trade this on an upward trend or a downward trend, a big movement, how we can measure those movements and what we do on those movements, okay? So stick around and you might want a notepad and pen for this. So again, guys, we identify the markets, okay? To find out where the market is moving and where the trends are, we need, obviously, someone to peek over that fence, whether it's below or above, the high or low point. Where did we get the breakout on the pink one? We got the breakout on the bottom, okay? So what we're going to do, first of all, again, the lowest point of this is here. So this is going to be our head, okay, guys? This is our head. We'll identify that. You then need to look at the colored box, because there is only ever 2 sort of styles of head and shoulders. There's a regular, okay, and there's a head and shoulder inverted, okay? Now, we've got the peak, as we've got here, the head here. We've got the peak, the peeking over the fence below, okay? So from there, to be visual, you need to do number 1, which is the peak below. So this will be the left shoulder here. So again, I've been over this, but I'm a firm believer, take your time. We take our time, okay? We sort of listen, we visually check, take drawings if you need to, but more importantly, if you see this over and over and over again, I'm a sort of educator and firm believer, repetitiveness gets it engraved up here, okay? As much as what people might say, where the penny's dropped, I'm sick of seeing this. Believe me, there'll be people that are struggling with it. I just want to get it drilled in, drilled in, drilled in, drilled in. We do it for a couple of weeks, and then I should be knowing that, confident enough that you could at least draw one of these high and lower points with one colored box and start training your eye to follow along with this. So again, you've got your shoulder here, and then you've got a head here, okay? That's your head there. And again, this represents, each triangle represents each part of this diagram. So you've got number 1, number 2. To get number 3, which is your neck, you just need a retracement. And head and shoulders, guys, head and shoulders, I must stress, you don't always need the retracement back to a neckline to get a head and shoulder sort of pattern to complete. This is Head and Shoulders simplified in its easiest form, where it can create that pattern, it can complete there, and you can still trade from here. It just means that you may get a few lesser sort of confirmations of this, but eventually each part of our stabilizer, whether it's the low or the high point, will get respected with regards to a trigger point. Okay, guys, so I must stress that enough. This is just, it's Head and Shoulders in its most simplistic form. Okay, so easy. And again, you should eventually start seeing these in your sleep, to be fair. Let's just go back to share screen. So we've got number 1 and number 2 confirmed. Okay, there's our triangle 1, there's our triangle 2. And again, guys, this last night I explained in a great analogy just what these peaks and troughs and valleys are. If you scroll a bit further down on my timeline, if you're watching this on Facebook right now, you should be able to see that on a Forex Fire snippet. Okay, so if we get my magic wand out, love get my magic wand out, guys. So what we've got the retracement up to here. Okay, so we've confirmed that we've got the peak here. So you look left, you've got an inverted situation, so a triangle, left shoulder. Okay, guys, and we'll talk about these steps in a minute. We've got our head, okay, coming down to this area. Wait for the retracement all the way back to the opposite side of your head, which is your neck. And hopefully you're seeing this in your sleep by now, guys. So we've got the neck, that's supported. This is where I get really excited, okay? This is where you should get excited as well, because if you can draw the high, low in the one box and you follow along with these steps, you can then technically trade from this, okay? So you've got your neck. This is where you need to start paying attention to the market. Once you've got 100% retracement to this area here, you are waiting for the next 100% retracement to the low point, okay, where we broke out, because this technically is the left shoulder peak. We got the touch. It wasn't quite here. And I'll show you. We went over this the other day. We were a few pips out. We were just about a pip or two out, okay? We wait. You get paid to be patient, okay? What happened was we got the touch here, right? Watch the power in this, guys, okay? You had roughly around about 10 pips to draw down. This here became our right shoulder, right? Now I need you to remember this. Head pointing down, you're going to buy the market on the right shoulder, okay? Head pointing up, you're going to sell the market from the right shoulder. Now, what do I mean by that? You've got the left shoulder area here, okay? As soon as you get the touch back on there, you're going to buy, okay? So what you've got, again, just to be visual, we've got our area there. So again, peak, 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 peak. See the chart? So if we go to a head and shoulder pattern, just to show you a bit more visual, we go down, we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, and then as you can see, we buy that market, okay, completing the pattern. Now, how many pips do you go for? You generally only need to go for 40 to 50 pips, okay? But we'll get rid of that. You can see that pattern there now. This here is our profit regulator. It's our long position we're going for. You are going for a roundabout, and again, to get this dialed in, 40 pips on the profit regulator, the risk to reward tool, will be 400 ticks. You take a 0 off the end, okay? So that's 1. From there, let's say we started with a $200 account, okay? You want to risk around about 2% of your balance, okay? We just go to here. From there, this had went for, before I do this, you only need 40 to 50 pips. However, this market gave you 140 pips. 140 pips, guys, okay? You don't need all of that. You only need 40 to 50 pips. But this strategy, this method, to be patient, set alerts when you hit that neck area. set yourself a buy limit ready for that with your 40 pips stop loss. And obviously 40, you get 60 pips. That's 1 to 1.5. Okay, let's just have a look at this. If we just go back to here, and we've got that there again. 600 pips will be 60 pips. We'll go for a conservative 60. There's your 1 to 1.5. On a 2% sort of risk, you started with $200. You've grown your account to $206. Again, guys, if you push this to where we got to, okay, you would have grown your account by about $14 or so. Okay, so hopefully you've followed along with the stabilizers. Okay, now what happens when we take the stabilizers off? Okay, this bit is the little bit more advanced, a little bit more advanced technique. But once you learn the structure with that stabilizer, and you've got your balance and you're focused, you're so focused you can see these patterns emerging. I would possibly then go to two stabilizers and then go to 3. You don't always have to start with 4. Okay, work your way up, learn the strategy, learn the movements, learn the structure, see what happens with regards to the movement and things like that. And all you have to remember is when you get the peak, okay, whether it's on the high or the low, on the peak, mark the triangle, whether it's above or below, do your triangle on the head. There's only a couple of things after that you need to wait for, okay? Only a couple of things. So once you've got the head and it's peaked, okay, you've got the left shoulder, you've got your head, you just need the retracement to the opposite side where it broke out, and then the retracement back to the opposite side where it actually broke. And then you either buy or sell that point. There's only 2 areas you need to concentrate on, to be fair. Okay, so simple. You write that down. You can write that down right now. Once you've got the breakout of the high and low, and you've marked, in this occasion, it was on the low, you've marked the head area, okay? You've also marked the triangle for the left shoulder. There's only 2 things that you need to watch for, and you can write this down in your notes. One is the retracement to the opposite side of the breakout, so it'll always be the neck area. In this instance, because we broke below, you would wait for the retracement touch the high point of our stabilizer zone. Number 1, okay? Number 2, to trigger the trade, you need that area to test the opposite side again of that very zone, that stabilizer. So that will be retesting the opposite of the left shoulder, okay? As soon as you do that, if you're peaking below, obviously you're going to buy the market. If you've been peaking above, you're going to sell the market. I hope that makes that a little bit easier. And again, it's sort of, if you concentrate on that aspect as opposed to what's going on in the chart, okay, and this is what makes it easier. If you get this part drilled in, the easiest part you need to just remember is you just need that retracement to here, okay? And then you can set, in this instance, a buy limit. You could have grabbed 140 pips out of that. You could have just gotten 40, 50 pips, okay? Again, if you wanted to, you could sort of put the risk to reward go in the whole zone, okay? And then you can manage your trade on the way up. That risk to reward on that would have been, even though it didn't do it, you would have had nearly a 1 to 4. However, there is ways you can sort of manage your trade and things like that, okay? So guys, recap. Peak, where you're peaking from, on the low or the high. We peaked on the low, okay? That helps us identify out of the 2 patterns, which one's peaking below, which one's peaking above, okay? So again, if it can be visual, that will be our testing area. We weren't peaking above, as you can see, we were peaking below. So that lets us mark off the head, okay? From there, you can mark the triangle. There's number 1 and 2, your checklist. Number 1, number 2, bang. Half of the diagram, half of the pattern, half of the structure, it's gone like that. Simple, okay? So from there, you only need to focus on 2 more parts of the puzzle. And that is the retracement of where we broke out. We got the touch. There's number 3. There's your neck. Wow, how easy is this? How easy is this? Once you've got the neck, you need to get excited, guys, because all you need to do, set yourself an alert, Set yourself a buy or a sell limit depending on the pattern style. Get in on the trade. Advisable 30 to 40 pips sort of stop loss. But guys, this is so powerful. I'm telling you right now. And again, we come down and then we retested and we went up. So this is how I learned my head and shoulders. This last week and this week, we've done it with the stabilizers on. I'm now going to show you with the stabilizers off, okay? Still going to have the boxes. Let's just get rid of some of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And get rid of this. Right, guys, so by now, hopefully you're having these light bulb moments, okay? If you're watching this via Facebook, drop your comments below. Let me know if this value is dropping loads of gold nuggets. If you're watching this on the YouTube, again, head and shoulder patterns, Monday candles, it might not be for everybody, but if you're sort of learning something new here as you're going along, please drop a comment below and let me know, okay? Give me a thumbs up as well. So we're going to take the stabilizers off, guys. Here we go. Advanced head and shoulders. Anyway, I see advanced. It is once you're starting to learn the structure, okay? So here we go. Right, again, we identify the breakout. The breakout, again, peak, you're waiting for the peak of the fence. Obviously, we're sticking with the pink. We've got that here, okay? So technically, you've got your left shoulder. And again, let's just be visual and let's go and tag this along. Technically, at this stage, you've got that head. That's the head, okay? This will always be the same no matter what. That's your left shoulder. However, the market's come down. We had a correction, okay? The markets, and if you've seen the video I did the other night where I spoke about the buyers and the sellers and the ball, the pinching the ball and they're running away with it, and they're wanting to be at the top of the mountain or the bottom of the mountain and they drop the ball. That analogy it's a great concept that lets you visually sort of focus and think about that sort of stuff. And it does actually help when you bring that sort of element of fun into the forefront. Okay, so what you've got the breakout here. You've had a correction, then we've come down. We've had a break of structure. Okay, the break of structure is of that area there. Now I'm going to talk about this part in a moment. Very, very powerful what I'm just about to show you with this stuff. Okay, again, get ready to take your notes. So what's happened here is, because we've had the break of structure, and let's get the magic wand, because we've had the break of structure coming down, you're still waiting for this touch, okay? It's not happened. So we've come down, and we've come down to here. So what happens there? Well, all you do is you create another line, okay? Create another line there. You just shift the balance. Shift the balance, guys. You're now officially coming out of your stabilizers. You're now riding the bike. You're riding the bike and you're learning to ride it and you're shifting into second gear, okay? So what we've now brought this down to here. This head here is now a lower low, but it is, in essence, a left shoulder. And I'll explain why and how it's a left shoulder in a moment. So again, we've anticipated the markets to come back up and we waited for the push. We waited for the buys to pinch that ball and run all the way back to the top of the mountain and touch where they want to hide that ball, which would be the neckline, okay? We didn't get that, okay? We had the correction, but then the sellers said, hold on a minute. They took the ball back, okay? So again, what we do, we come back down to this area, okay? Very significant, these lines, mine, very significant. So then what you do is you shift the balance once again, okay? Let's just get rid of that. Then what happens is you've got a head here, okay? Now what I'm going to do is just going to clone that, because what happens is, okay, guys, watch the power in this. You just about have your mind blown. On the way down, correction, you've had the A, B, C, A, B, and then C. Each time you get the A, the market push, it creates a new lower low, okay? The new lower low will will always be a left shoulder, right? Will always be a left shoulder. Remember that, write that down. But here's where the mind-blowing bit comes in, okay? If you've got the left shoulder, what happens when you get the retest in the bounce from the left shoulder? What are you going to do on the peak where you're coming down? What happens when you come down from that left, you go past the breaker structure, and then you're coming back down to test that right shoulder? You're always going to sell the market, aren't you? Watch this. Let's just share the screen. So what you've got in essence, you then come down, you had your head would then come down to here, and then your head eventually comes down to here. Okay, guys? You've then, like I say, we had the push up here, had the touch. This created your neckline. Okay, guys? That's where you get excited. You get super excited and you think, whoa, hold on a minute. This could imminently be due to give us a trade trigger. Again, set your levels. Okay? Set your levels. Set the trigger, set the alarm. We had it here, 140 pips. Okay? But hold on a minute, John. What about these? What do we do with these here? Watch this. You got the trigger point here on the RS. Okay, that was your RS. Again, if we pull this out, look at this, guys. Mind blowing. Right shoulder. How many pips, guys? Bang. 127 pips. The next right shoulder down has given you 127 pips. The one previous give you 140 pips. Right? So 140 pips, 127. There's 267 pips. Down a zone. Down a zone. Now do you see why I work in zones? Now do you see why I work in patterns? There's power in the zone trading. There's power in the pattern trading, guys. But it's not over yet. Watch this. Again, we've got a one here. Yeah, we haven't come down. But again, you haven't come down. And again, what we do is, you can just simply go, well, that's the left shoulder. You can just go right horizontal line. We are expecting the market. Okay, we are expecting the market to make a further push down, to bounce off there, to have a rejection, to come back up again. Maybe if it bounces off here, maybe it'll work within the zone. If it works within the zone and you get the correction, there's a further 123 pips, guys. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for the last few years. This is just so powerful, guys. I'm hoping the penny's sort of dropping, the penny's sort of sinking. So I'm going to show you just that little bit more. And like I say, will be that little bit more visual. Watch this video back as many times as you want, because I'm telling you, you're going to take so much away from it. Right, let's have a look. So again, let's just be a little bit more visual. You've got bang. There's a zone for you to work from. Okay. Bang. There's a zone for you to work on. Okay. Yes, we haven't come down, but you've got one area. It's been tested. Bang, it's come down. It's surpassed the area. Bang, it's tested. It's come down. This is going to surpass all the way back down to here and possibly bounce off there. Okay. So that's just showing you the power and what this is. So again, what it's going to do. You've got head, you've got a peak there. Okay. Technically, you've got again a peak here. If this was to come out, got a peak there. Again, if we do another head and shoulder, this might get a little bit messy, guys, but hey ho, there's the one there. So that's always your head. Your head's never going to move. Your head will never, once you've got that lowest low, that head will never move. Okay. So let's just draw a few of these up just to show you, get that little bit of visual confirmation. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to show you some even more value, some even more powerful stuff. So again, guys, you've got, just bear with us, we'll get rid of that. Right, so we go down to this one. Instead of this one, we go down to that one. Come back up. You don't have to hit this at the moment. You've come to the correction, okay? You've come down to the head. What you've done is you've come up, okay? Again, bang, bang. There's your head and shoulder there. Let's get rid of that. We haven't quite come down to this left shoulder yet. But again, guys, you'll see these time and time again. Look at this one here, just to overcomplicate things a little bit. You've got this here, okay? Pattern. Bang, bang. There's a head there, bang. There's there, bang, bang. There's a head and shoulder there. Again, you'll be seeing these time and time and time and time again. Taking the stabilizers off, okay? Taking the stabilizers off. It does take a little bit of time. You watch these videos back, Forex Fire TV episode 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, I think it is. And then tonight, 19, just watch them bit by bit, take your notes, watch what we're doing. And then eventually, what I want you to do, to be honest, I want you to maybe on the Tuesday, just draw off one zone, pick a pair, maybe a GBP pair or something that's a little bit of volatility in it. Pick a pair, draw that one zone up. So all you got to do to learn how to draw the zones up, you just need to watch back on my video, because guys, I'm dropping the nugget bombs tonight. Draw that zone up, okay? Do your colored box. Again, wait for your breakout, whether it's at the top or whether it's below, wherever you get that peak, wherever you get the nosy nose, the peak, or, you know, on the top. Draw the head, whether it's on the bottom or the top area. Again, what you're doing is you're automatically drawing in that colored box the pointy arrow or the pointy triangle up or the pointy triangle down. From there, when you get the pointy bit, whether it's up or on the down, if you get a break of structure and you make a new lower low or a new higher high, move the LS, the word LS, to where that head has previously been. Move the word head to the next lower point or the next higher point. Okay, guys? This stuff, like I say, this will drop with you if you keep watching the videos. So from there, what we're going to do, and I've spoke about pairs that have a big trend. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Right, so we'll use this one here. Let's use this one here. Right, so what you've got, we've got, and this is some extra sauce tonight. We've got the base. Okay, you can see we've got mountain. This is Mount Forex. Mount Forex, okay? You've had many dips, corrections, peaks, troughs, valleys, hills, whatever you want to call them. At the top of Mount Forex, to conquer it, you've got there. Okay? Right, now let's take a look. The movement between here and here. 985 pips. Okay? So the movement between point A, which we will know is ground base, guys, okay? Point A is ground base to the peak of Mount Forex, okay? I said was 985 pips, I think it was. Okay, now let's just double check this. 985 pips. Right, I'm going to show you some secret sauce where you don't really need to understand the head and shoulders as such, but by now, hopefully, you have seen the power in what zones and patterns and doing the stabilizers effect does. Now, I'm going to show you a technique where you can sort of retest the left shoulder, okay, and ride a big trend on the way back down, okay, guys? Again, one of the many skills that I learned. So we've got ground base, point here, up to the peak of Mount Forex, 985 pips. Let's just get scrolled in there, guys. Right, so what you can do, and again, what we're going to do, we're just going to just for some fun, that's your peak. Okay, that's your peak. Right, so what we're going to do, click on here, click on horizontal rear. We got an area there. Okay, guys, let's have some fun here. Let's have the pink. Let's have it a little bit thicker. Okay, from there, another significant area, and I'm just really in these out. I'm looking for a market move, correction, impulse. So again, we might have one there, and we'll check bits of these. We might have one there. We might have one there. We might have one there. And again, there's no right and wrong about this. We're just simply making a path. Okay. Now, I think by the time you see what I'm doing, you'll know what I'm getting at. Okay. So the stairway to Mount Forex, each step, okay, to get to the peak of Mount Forex, you have to take the stairs. Okay. There's no option. You've got to take the stairs. It's like the Great Wall of China. Okay, guys. So you've got your steps up the mountain peak. Bang, 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 bang. And you're totally knackered by the time you get to the top of here. Okay. Now, what happens is you need to come back down. You need to come down that mountainside. And there's only one way you're going to get back down. What you're going to have to do, you need to take the damn steps again. Okay. So let's have a look, guys. Let's just take a look. So we just play this out. Let's have a look. To come down, there's our head. Okay. To come down, bang. There's a retest there. So again, what I was getting at is each one of these on this side, LS. Click here. Again, we just do that. And I think you know what I'm getting at. Each one of these is technically going to be, you guessed it, our left shoulder. Okay. Mind blown. Get ready to get your mind blown, I'm telling you. Left shoulders. Okay. Yeah, let's just be visual. Let's be extra visual. I love this. I love giving all this secret sauce out, guys, all this value. LS. LS. I think you get the picture by now. Let's have a look. Right. Normally, I would wait until I get a break of structure from the previous high. Okay. These are higher highs. My terminology, the left shoulders. Each time you're going to get up, you're going to go bang. It's going to come back down to retest. The next one's going to be a head. Each one of these is a head prior to this. So this is a left shoulder. That's a head. Comes down, break a structure. That's a head. Okay. That's a left shoulder. Comes down, break a structure. That's a head. And each time a higher high is created, it will create a head until eventually you climb the top of Mount Forex and you officially have the head at the top. King of the mountain. Okay. So let's just play this a bit more. So every time we come back down the steps, you have a retouch, the opposite side of the LS. So the opposite side of this right here, okay, guys, is now going to become your RS. Now, what did I say before? If the head is peaking above, okay, you're going to sell the market, okay? If the head's peaking below, you're going to buy the market. So what we're waiting for is a break of structure. Each step of the way, on the way back down, you need a break of structure of this area, come back up to retest, and then you're going to sell the sucker, okay? So let's have a look. LS, RS. Let's play. Bang, test, bang, test. Wick the bit, wick the bit. Look at that, guys. Bang, it's come down the zone. How many pips was that worth? 40 pips. Telling you, I cannot make this stuff up. I told you all you need is 40 to 50 pips. Bang, straight in, profit. Let's have another look. Let's just take another look. Let's just click on this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Bang. We've come back in. You've got, and you will get stopped out on the way down, guys, but I'm telling you, You'll get more winners, or you should do. You get more winners than what you will do losers, okay? You've come down. What was that zone worth, John? 45 pips, nearly 100 pips. We've come back up to retest the areas. You can get back in on the retests. Let's just go back in. We're coming down, we're coming down, we're coming down, we're coming down. It's retesting, it's respecting. See these levels? These levels will always be tested. Bang, there's the move. Let's just see if it goes down. Retest, hovering, bang, there you go. 45 pips again. Okay, because we just tested that one. There's the right shoulder again. So again, there's 100 odd pips just on them 3 zones. On the way back down, you're getting yourself 100 odd pips. Let's have another look. Retesting again. Bang, 40 odd pips. Here we go again. Right, break a structure. Look at this. Oh, but John, what's happening with this one? We've got a whopping 105 pips. What's going to happen here? Let's just see. Let's just see if it gives us this in one move. Bang, 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 retest, retest, retest. Is it going to make its move? 3 or 4 touches, then we normally go. Bang, look at that, guys. I can't make this stuff up. 100 odd pips. We've then gone for this zone here, retest, retest, retest. 110 pips. There's nearly 200 odd pips in the move. And in all reality, guys, what I'm getting at, this here, Mount Forex, is worth 985 pips. If you can get a third of that climb up the Mount Forex, is it worth trading this? You only need to get 200 to 300 pips out of that 985 pips movement. You're getting it within the first 4 climb on the way back down. Okay, guys, let's just go a little bit more. Let's go a little bit more. I told you I'll be full of nuggets tonight. We were leading up to the culmination of just letting it all out. So again, there we go. Bang, we've had a retest. Retest, we come back up. We're testing this area again. We've had a retest. Look at that, guys. Again, retest. Let's just have a look. So you come in, you've got 110 pips. You've come back up to retest. 110 pips. 220 pips plus there's nearly 400 pips alone. Okay, guys, let's keep going. Let's keep working that sucker. We're coming down. We're in the zone. We're in the zone. We're testing the area. We'll stop for a little bit of a drink, a little bit of a test. It looks like we're tired. We're going into a bit of consolidation. There's the retest again, guys. Now, is it going to give us that whole zone again, or will it break that structure? Normally on the 2nd or 3rd touch, it might go back through that structure, just to make you aware of that. So let's have a look. Test, test, test. There's the fake out. There we are. There we're back up to the next zone. 2 or 3 touches, you would normally have a break of structure again. Again, we're back up to the other shoulder. Let's just play it out. That's come back down to retest. Again, what did we get in this last zone? 50 pips. This just goes and goes. There we go. Test, test, test. Come back down to test. There's your 110 pips. Guys, do I need to show you any more? Okay. Right, so that's it for tonight on Forex Fire TV, episode 19. This has been a culmination of what I've been showing you from the technique of training you guys right now onto how to identify the patterns, okay? Again, guys, if you're getting value from what I'm showing you, okay? If you're getting value from what I'm showing you, this is free. I don't get paid to do this. I'm giving people my time, my effort, just to show you how I trade on a day-to-day basis, and I'm simplifying the process. Now, if you're understanding what I'm doing and it's sort of dropping with you a little bit better, you want to follow what I do, you want a little bit of a mentorship, again, all you need to do is just click the buttons on the top on the Forex, on my Forex page. Look for Forex Fire, okay? You'll see my handsome face all over the internet. From there, guys, if you want to get in on the bigger picture, where you've seen how many pips I'm catching on there, you want to see how many pips we're catching as a team inside of this group here. Telling you now, this is where it's at. Not just here, but the platform that is actually getting me to that level to show you what I've shown you tonight, guys. Okay? I said I was going to drop the gold nuggets. We've done it tonight for certain. Okay, guys? So again, if you're liking what you're seeing, comment, like, most importantly, share the hell out of this video. And if you've seen this video on someone else's timeline, get back to that person that has shared this video. So I'm telling you now, join us on the ride, because I'm up and away. I'm getting these pips every day. Okay, guys. So that's been enough for me for tonight. Forex Fire signing off. Comment, like, and share, guys.